Castellanos, Ron Brownstein, stalwart fellows, thank you for being here. Let me run some scenarios by you. Ron Paul wins Iowa. How big a problem is that?
Well, I don't think it's ultimately a problem in terms of the nomination for Mitt Romney or Rick Santorum. I mean, as we talked about before, I think it's striking, it's notable that the Romney campaign has spent a lot of time both in the debates and then their super PAC that is allied with them going after Newt Gingrich and Rick Perry, but not touching Rick Santorum and Ron Paul.
They don't think they're threats.
They think they are very comfortable with those candidates emerging from Iowa as seemingly the principal alternatives because they don't believe that either one, for different reasons, can truly build a national campaign, especially Ron Paul. He's the kind of candidate who has a strong floor, but his ceiling may not be that much above it.
But Alex, let's accept for a moment that he's unelectable, as they have spent all week long, his opponents saying. That doesn't mean he's not a problem in to these Republicans, does it?
Well, I'll tell you why a strong Ron Paul finish here matters. It matters a lot to Mitt Romney. If Ron Paul comes out of here in first or second place with a lot of momentum, he'll raise a ton of money. And what can Ron Paul do with that money? A ton of negative ads against Mitt Romney. The biggest threat to Mitt Romney is not Ron Paul's candidacy, but Ron Paul's negative campaign. It matters. I don't think he's going to do that. He said in your interview there, I think you got something important, that he wasn't expecting to finish third. He may well do that, and I think that's going to depress his fundraising and make him less relevant.
I thought that was a mistake, too, when I heard it from Paul saying, well, I don't think I'm going to place third. It'll be first or second. Is there life for Ron Paul after this campaign, after Iowa, if he comes in third to Rick Santorum and Mitt Romney?
Like Jesse Jackson in the Democratic Party in the 1980s, he is the kind of candidate who can go on for a long time because he has a deeply committed base. I mean, this is kind of the paradox of these these candidates with a very pure ideology. I mean, they appeal to a certain segment of the electorate who likes the purity, the consistency across all issues. But then you run into someone like I ran into today at a Mitt Romney event here in Iowa who said, yeah, I agree with him on the economy, but on foreign policy, he's nuts. So, you know, you have that base that allows you to keep going, but the same passion that keeps that base also prevents you from growing into a full-scale challenger.
Quickly, Alex, win, lose, or draw, Paul stays in.
He stays in, but I think it's not looking good for him now. He's not much of a Republican on foreign policy and on social issues. He's a 60s Democrat.
His success in expanding the libertarian audience, though, this has been an historic campaign in that sense. He's probably presented the libertarian audience to more Americans than any politician we've ever seen.
Ron Brownstein, Alex Castellanos, feel free to stay.